Hey friends, happy Friday. What's going on? It's your girl Mel. I'm coming to you live from my office here right outside St. Louis, Missouri. Happy Friday. It's about 1:30 here. I'm home just for a few minutes and then we're heading out to softball games. Kyla has her first official varsity softball game in a little bit, and then we head over to another school for Friday Night Lights. My son is a sophomore and he's playing varsity football. So we have a really busy evening. I'm really excited about it, and I've been kind of doing a bunch of stuff this morning as well. Took the dogs to the groomers, picked them up, went and met my mom for some acai bowls. I have to tell you, mine are better. Hands down, mine are better. And ran a couple errands, and now I'm here. I just got off of a Zoom call for work, and I just wanted to jump on here though because I get asked questions a lot about like what my daily routine looks like, and so I wanted to talk about that real fast. So as you're popping on, say hey, say hi. If you're catching me on the live, that means you can see the live button right there. Drop a 1. If you are catching me on the replay, I'm so sorry I missed you, but just say hashtag I missed you so I know that you hopped on the replay. So for those of you who don't know me, my name is Mel. I've been following the lazy keto lifestyle for a little over 3 years now. I started on May 1st of 2019. I got some pictures right here. So let me show you. So when I first started, this was me. I weighed almost 350 pounds. I lived a very unhealthy lifestyle. I had tried every fad diet out there, every product known to mankind for the most part. Did a bunch of things, had success with some things didn't work for me. Always found myself back into bad habits. And on the last weekend of April in 2019, Deborah, if you want to unsubscribe, just unfriend me. That's really easy. So sorry that you want to unsubscribe. But yeah, just unfriend me. That's all you can do. But anyways, there was a tournament that I was at in April of 2019. My daughter was doing something cute, and I went to take a picture of her. And my phone, for whatever reason, was in selfie mode. I don't know why. I didn't take pictures of myself. And so I saw myself looking back, and I didn't recognize who I was. And so it was that moment that I decided that I needed to make some changes. I had been watching a girl for about 15 months. She was following lazy keto and she was drinking ketones. And she had asked me multiple times if I was interested in information, if I wanted to talk about lazy keto. And I was like, nope, I don't want any part of that. But at that moment, I knew exactly who to call, who to talk to. She ended up being at the same tournament I was at. And so I started drinking ketones at the same time. So the whole time I've been following lazy keto, I've also been supplementing with ketones. So in the very beginning, I didn't tell anybody what I was doing, right? So because I had done so many things over the 20 years, I was like, I'm just going to do this. I had asked my husband if he wanted to do this with me, and he was like, no, I'm tired of you making me drink shakes. I don't want to take any more pills. I don't want to track food. I don't want to do nothing. I just want to do my thing. He wanted to work out with his friend Trent, eat chicken and rice and broccoli and drink water and do hardcore workouts. And I was like, perfect. That's not for me, but you do you, right? So he did his own thing starting in May, and I did that. And by the end of the month, he was like, hey, can you make me one of those drinks? What are you eating? I think I want to try it. And so for me, I was able to lose 100 pounds of fat in 8 months. And he was able to lose about 70 pounds when he started till the end of the year. So here's a picture of us when we kind of started. And then this was us. See? That's me. Okay. So the lifestyle that we've created and the routine that we've created is very simple, okay? So I think most people overthink things. You have to remember that this is a lifestyle change, all right? So people start and stop all the time. You can literally get back into a good routine pretty quickly, which is why I like this lifestyle. But you have to remember that you didn't gain, like I didn't get to this in 8 months, right? So it was amazing that I was able to have the results I did, being disciplined and consistent. But you're not going to lose all your weight really fast. So just keep that in mind, okay? So there's 5 things that I do every single day. My goal every day is to do these 5 things. Every day the goal is to hit those 5 things. So for example, number 1 is I drink water, 100 ounces of water every day. So you have to figure out what your water goal is. 100 ounces works for me. So if yesterday I did not drink 100 ounces, I don't play makeup today. My goal today is just 100 ounces. Okay, so don't ever try to make up for mistakes that you've made over the days that have already happened. All right, so number one is make a water goal. Some people will tell you to drink a gallon of water. Some people will tell you to drink 8 glasses of water. Some people will tell you to take your body weight, divide it in half, and drink that amount in water. It's different for everyone. You just need to have a daily water goal. For me, mine is 100 ounces, 50 ounces before noon, 50 ounces afternoon. It's very realistic for me. I can hit it every day that I work and try, and I don't feel yucky and I don't feel crappy. So that's number one. Find your water goal, do it every day. Number two is move your body. Okay, this does not have to be crazy. Some of you guys are like, I need an exercise program. Friends, I just walk. The goal is to walk for 30 minutes a day. Okay, some people like to track steps. So like 5 to 10,000 steps is a good daily goal. I've had 6 knee surgeries, including a total knee replacement. I don't walk far. I don't walk fast. Some days are better than others, but the goal is to just try to get out there and walk every day. You can exercise crazy if you love doing that. Great, do it, right? But it's not necessary, all right? Just 30 minutes in a 24-hour period is 1% of a 24-hour time period. So give yourself that 1% for you. I like to put AirPods in. I like to listen to music or podcast. Sometimes I'll walk 15 minutes one way and then come 15 minutes back. Sometimes I will set a timer. Sometimes I will just know where 30 minutes of walking is. So the more you do something, the easier it gets, right? So give yourself a movement goal. So number one is a water goal. Number two is a movement goal. For me, it's 30 minutes a day. All right. Number three is I do follow lazy keto. So lazy keto for me is eliminating versus tracking. I do Weight Watchers off and on for 20 years. I think it's a great program. I've had success with it. I've always kind of went back to old habits. But for me, I don't want to track what I eat. So people who are strict keto, they want to track their macros. They want to know how many carbs they're having, all of those things, right? I don't want to do that. Just tell me what I can and cannot eat. All right. So that's what lazy keto is. You eliminate bread, pasta, processed foods, and sugars. Processed foods meaning chips, cereal, crackers, those kinds of things. And you focus on protein, veggies, fruit, and fats. All right. Now, if your main goal is fat loss, because not everybody does keto for fat loss. Some people do keto for medical reasons. Some people do keto because it makes them feel better. Some people do keto because that's what was suggested to them, and they might not necessarily need fat loss. But the goal with fat loss when you're doing keto is to focus on the lower carb vegetables, which are the green vegetables, and the lower sugar fruits, which are berries. All right, so you can go onto Google and you can say things like keto approved vegetable list, keto approved fruit list. I do have cheat sheets, so if you want access to the cheat sheets, just put that in the comments and or send me a message. There's an album if you're in the group, so it's already in there. But literally, I just Google stuff, right? Like people all the time will ask me, is whatever keto friendly? So example, somebody asked me the other day what'd they ask me? Oh, like grapefruit. Is grapefruit keto friendly? So here's my kind of mindset on that. I didn't get to almost 350 pounds because of fruits and vegetables. So like if you like grapefruit, eat grapefruit, all right? But you can go and Google, is grapefruit keto friendly? And it's going to tell you the answer. So anytime you have a question, just ask Google and it'll tell you the answer, okay? So you want to shoot for 3 to 7 cups of vegetables a day, green vegetables if you're focusing on fat loss, and you want to focus on 1 cup of fruit a day, berries if you're looking for fat loss. So keep that in mind. People always ask me about serving sizes. Like when I make recipes, they're like, how many servings is it? That's different for everyone. I kind of like to think about our kids like in elementary school and middle school. So I don't know about where you guys are, but here, up until this year, so last year, it was K through 6th grade, okay? And they would mix in classes together. So sometimes kindergartners and 1st graders would be together, but sometimes like 3rd graders and 6th graders would be together. And when you go into the lunch line, there's 2 options, right? So you go through and you hold up a 1 or a 2. They don't know. They don't care how old you are. They don't care what grade you're in. They don't care anything other than if you want 1 or 2. And they have a system to give you the food. Well, my kids would be coming home from school like so hungry. And it dawned on me. I was like, they're literally eating the same food as like a kindergartner. So I don't do serving sizes. I just eat until I'm full. But if you need a guideline, when you're doing casseroles or stuff like that, cup your hand, and whatever you can fit in your hand that's like a heaping amount, that's a good serving size for you. If you're looking for protein, like take the palm of your hand. That's like a good serving size for protein, okay? So does that make sense? So like it varies from person to person. I'm 6 foot tall, all right? I'm not going to eat the same amount of food as my best friend from high school who's 5 foot tall. We were the dynamic duo. I played all the sports. She was the cheerleader. We were a very odd pairing, right? I was really tall. She was really short. But like we were the best of friends. And so we don't eat the same amount of food. We even went and had Mexican the other night. And I think she ate like 2 bites of each of her 2 tacos. And I had my whole mounding plate of protein and vegetables with cheese on top and a little bit of sour cream. It was amazing, right? So like you just need to make sure that you do that. Now it's 3 to 7 cups of vegetables a day and 1 cup of fruit a day. So for me, when I'll talk about the fasting part in a minute, but for each meal, so I do a lunch and a dinner, I'll eat vegetables with that. For me, I'll eat like the salad kits. I'll just eat the whole bag of salad. That's what I'm going to eat. When I heat up frozen vegetables, I'm just going to eat the whole bag of frozen vegetables. Broccoli, peas, cauliflower rice. I do canned green beans, so I'll eat the whole can myself. Where we used to like split 1 can for 4 people. I don't know if you guys used to do that too. Like before we were focusing on healthy habits, we just knew we had to have vegetables. So we'd heat up like 1 little can of green beans and we would all kind of eat it. Now I eat the whole thing. That's what I eat. That's my vegetable. So, just kind of keep that in mind, but the green ones are lower in carb, but fruits and vegetables aren't your problem. Okay. So that's what lazy keto is for me. There are a lot of keto alternatives out there. So there's keto bread, there's keto cookies, there's keto ice cream, right? There's low carb tortillas, and all of those are great alternatives. However, if you're looking for fat loss, you really need to eliminate those things as well. Okay, so it's okay to have keto bread. People ask me all the time, is keto bread okay? Yeah, it's fine, right? But if you're looking for fat loss, you need to eliminate it. It's eliminating bread, pasta, processed foods like chips, crackers, and cereal, and sugar. That even means the keto labeled stuff. Does that make sense to you guys? Hopefully it does. And the other thing is when I go grocery shopping, when I look at nutritional facts on the back, if it's over 5 grams of total carbs, I don't buy it. When my main goal is fat loss, so I navigate through fat loss and then like I'm just in survival mode. Like I'll be in survival mode for some of the holidays, right? But like in September, we're real intentional about fat loss. So like when I'm super intentional about fat loss, I don't buy anything over 5 grams of carbs. So you'll see things like, for example, at our Walmart, when you walked in, they have this whole keto display and they had this bag of like, they called it keto crack. And it was like dark chocolate barks with like nuts in it. All right. And it's 1 gram of sugar, 2 grams of net carbs. And so you flip it over, but like total carbs was 26 and then fiber was like 12 and then sugars was whatever to bring it down. Right. So that's how it got to be like net carbs. It's total carbs minus dietary fiber minus sugar alcohols. Right. But like when I'm focusing on fat loss, it's 26 total carbs. It's out. I'm not going to have it. I'm going to have my mousse. I'm going to have, a Lily's chocolate bar, stuff like that. But those are the things that I'll avoid. You don't need it. Focus on protein, veggies, fruits, and fats. That's what you want when you're focusing on fat loss. So let me know if you have any questions on that. And I see some questions. I'm going to get through these last 2 things and then I'm going to go back and answer them. So, number 1 is water. Number 2 is movement. Number 3 is lazy keto for me. So figure out what kind of diet plan you want to be on, and roll with it. Be consistent with it. Number 4 is I do daily fasting. So I do 16-8 daily fasting, which means out of a 24-hour period, I fast for 16 hours and I eat in an 8-hour window. For me, typically that's from 11 to 7. Okay. So the way that you can kind of figure out if you want to do a 16-8 fasting schedule, it's the most popular intermittent fasting schedule there is. Think about what time you go to bed. Okay. So if you go to bed at 10 o'clock, you count back 2 to 3 hours. All right, so you count back 2 to 3 hours from 10 o'clock. That's either 7 o'clock or 8 o'clock, depending on what you want out of it, right? So from that end time, that's what time you stop eating. You should stop eating 2 to 3 hours before bed. If your main goal is fat loss, 2 to 3 hours before bed, stop eating, all right? And then count back 8 hours from that end time. So if I'm eating from 11 to 7, I go to bed at 9 or 10. I'm stopping eating at 7. And then I'm counting back 8 hours till 11. So 11 to 7 is when I'm eating. Does that make sense? Because I know people work all kinds of like crazy hours. So I eat in an 8-hour window. Now, in the 8-hour window, I eat 4 times. All right. So I do a snack, a meal, a snack, a meal. A lot of strict keto people will be like, snacking is so bad for you, blah, blah, blah. But this is a lifestyle change for me. And I love food. I love eating food, right? So what works best for me from the very beginning is a snack, a meal, a snack, a meal. I'll have a snack around 11. Typically that's nuts, eggs, cheese stick, but most of the time it's nuts or peanut butter. I have lunch between 12 and 1. So snack at 11, 12 to 1 is lunch. I have a snack around 3 o'clock, and that is when I have my berries. So my berries are always my 3 o'clock snack. All right. And I'll do things like maybe add some sugar-free whipped topping, add some like sugar-free chocolate chips. But the base is always going to be the berries. And then dinner is between 5:30 and 7. So I'm still eating 4 times. I'm having a snack, a meal, a snack, a meal. My 2 meals include vegetables. One of my snacks is fruit. And so I'm hitting all of those little categories. All right. Easy, right? And then when I'm fasting, I drink water and I drink ketones. So I'm going to talk about ketones in just a minute. But when you're fasting, you just have to be careful of what you have in that fasting window. So the ketones are key in my success. I drink water. I drink flavored water. Some people drink coffee. Some people drink tea. You just have to watch kind of the stuff you add into it. That's where it gets kind of tricky, okay? But intermittent fasting is great for me. I try to do 24-hour fasts about once every week or two. And then once a month, we attempt a 60-hour product-assisted fast as well. So I do a lot of fasting. Sometimes I'm really great at it and sometimes I'm not, right? That's what a goal is. Sometimes you're good at your goal and sometimes you're not, right? But you always just got to strive to be a little bit better. And then the goal, like the end results never want to change, right? So you want to get to a certain size or a certain look or a certain weight. That never changes, but sometimes you have to navigate through like the ways that you're going to get there. And I'm going to talk about that in a second as well. So number 1 is water. Number 2 is movement. 3 is diet. I do lazy keto. Number 4 is fasting. And then the 5th thing is I drink ketones. So people ask all the time, are ketones necessary? No. Is a calculator necessary for you to figure out math? No. But it makes you find the answers quicker, faster, and more enjoyable. Do we need a washer and dryer? No. But we all have it because it washes our clothes faster, cleaner. It gets the job done quicker. It's less stressful on us because it does it for us, right? Do we need a blow dryer to blow dry our hair? No, it can air dry every day, but we like blow dryers because they're convenient. They get our hair done faster. They make us look better. They make us feel better. That's what ketones do. Okay. So your body can get into a state of ketosis naturally, and you probably go in and out of ketosis more than you actually realize. Okay. In order to get yourself in order to get yourself into a natural state of ketosis, you have to follow a very strict keto diet, which is why people do strict keto. Okay, there's a purpose behind it. So I drink ketones so that I don't have to be strict with keto. All right, I don't want to track macros. I don't want to track carbs. I'm just telling you what I can and cannot eat, and I'm going to drink ketones. All right, so this is a powder. These are exogenous ketones. You mix it with water, you drink it in about 30 to 45 minutes, and it puts your body in ketosis within an hour. All right? There's lots of benefits. So this does help with fat loss. It is not a weight loss supplement. It's a fat loss product. So it shreds your fat. The scale is going to fight with you all the time, but you will lose fat. All right? This helps with appetite control, which is amazing while you're fasting. So I drink these in the morning and in the evening. They help with appetite control, so I stay fuller longer. They help with energy. They help with mood. They help with sleep. They help with digestion. They help with appetite control, which I already said, muscle preservation. They help with skin, and they taste good, right? There's like, how many flavors I got? Like 40 flavors of ketones here at my house. They come in caffeine and caffeine free. This is the one I started with. This is the only one I had for 3 months. It's heart tart. It's like a strawberry candy. It's very sweet. It's actually probably one of the sweeter ones we have. I also love lime thyme. They come in caffeine free. They come in little pouches like this. They come in little pouches like that. It's amazing. All right. I like how they make me feel. I also supplement with Mitoplex, which is upgraded electrolytes. So about 80% of people are dehydrated. It's a stat. Go look it up. This helps your gut body get to a cellular hydrated level. It helps with the keto flu, like making sure you don't get it. It helps with muscle cramps. It helps with headaches. And Mitoplex and ketones are like a power couple. So if you're looking to get started, just keep it basic. You guys can get super overwhelmed with like, all these people are drinking all of these things and it's super overwhelming. Start basic. Ketones and Mitoplex. Water, walking, diet, fasting, supplements. That's what I do every single day. All right. Let's see. I highly suggest that if you are just starting on your journey, or maybe you're not really as committed and you really need to go, what you need to do for the next 30 days, weigh yourself in the beginning, figure out what habits you want to do every day. Those are the 5 things I do every day. Some of you might not want to do all the 5 things. Maybe some of you don't want to drink ketones. Maybe some of you aren't able to move your body. Maybe drinking water, like maybe you've had surgery that doesn't allow you to drink 100 ounces of water, but you still have to have a water goal, right? Figure out, maybe you don't want to do fasting and you can't because you're on medication or your doctor doesn't want you to, right? You have to figure out what daily habits you want to create for you. And then the next 30 days is just creating those habits. You're not going to be perfect. You're not going to do for 30 days when you're starting. You're not going to be super on point with all your things. There's habits that you have to break and you're going to replace them with newer habits. So stay off the scale, create habits, do the things you know you should be doing, and just stay patient and consistent. All right? Patient and consistent. I lost 100 pounds of fat in 8 months. And people are like, oh my gosh, that's incredible. Like, that's what I want to do. Like, this is me now and I want to be there, right? If you take 100 pounds and you divide it by 34, because it's about 34 weeks that it took for that to happen for me. Take 100 divided by 34. It's an average of 3. 3 pounds a week, 12 pounds a month. So some of you guys are like, I only lost 15 pounds this month. Great. That's more than the average that I lost every month when I lost 100 pounds fat, right? Stay in your lane. Be realistic about your goals, all right? It's a fat loss product that works. It's a diet that works. It's a diet that can be a lifestyle change. You know you should be drinking water. You know you should be moving your body. Like, you know you should be doing all those things. So you just need to do it, all right? Now, I am a promoter, and I do sell these. I'll have discounted links for new people. I have an amazing VIP chat. If you're a VIP, shout yourself out. Every 2 weeks, we start a 14-day coaching program to help you build foundational and building blocks of habits to help you figure out what that looks like for you and move you forward. All right? It's the same thing. People are like, what do I do after I do the 14-day jump? Like, I don't know what to do. You just keep doing everything that you did in the 14-day jump. You just keep moving forward. It's patient and consistency. It gets boring real fast, you guys. I don't want to drink water. I don't want to go for a walk. I don't want to do this, right? But like, you know you should. So it's making that mind shift. So D, I have to jump off here in a minute because we do have to leave in a minute. But D, my husband, he had his blood work drawn this week and he had a physical this morning. And his blood work is great. All right. He's still in the green, which means we're going to save $600 on our insurance, which is amazing. He's not happy because where he was at this side of the green, now he's at this side of the green. So he's like, we got to get back to the other side. And I'm like, cool. We have trivia. We have all kinds of stuff this weekend. And then he's like, Monday, all in. Perfect. Today he went in for his physical where his doctor was like, you're great. Like, I know that you probably don't feel good in your skin, and I know that your clothes probably fit a certain way, but like overall, you're good. Your health is good. Your numbers are good. All those things, right? But she said something interesting that he felt compelled to share with me. So our brains, so I was almost 350 pounds, give or take here or there, for over 20 years. That is all my brain knows. So the amount of food that I was eating at 350 pounds, that's what my brain thinks my body needs. And she said the reason that people yo-yo diet is because they recognize that they don't like how they feel. They make changes, they lose a bunch of weight, but their brain is still thinking that they need all the food that they had to survive over however many years you've been unhealthy. Are you guys following me on this? And so she's like, you know, when you were a kid, did you eat good? And he was like, no. I ate McDonald's and I ate ding dongs and I ate Oreo cookies and I ate lots of pizza and McDonald's like every other day. He was like, he's like, you trained your brain to think that that was the amount of food that you needed. So like where you were super active and ate all that food and didn't really gain weight when you were a kid, you were training your brain to recognize that that was the amount of food that you needed to survive. And so that's why adults, you know, she's like, there's all these studies and it's kind of wonky. She's like, but that's why adults gain so much weight, is because as a kid, they didn't have healthy habits. They didn't eat the food that they should be eating. He never ate fruits and vegetables as a kid. His parents didn't make them. They don't even really care for them either, right? And so he was just building to set himself up. I was like, that is so interesting. So now I'm going to pivot and kind of work on my kids, because I don't want them to be in the position that I'm in 20 years. But does that make sense? So like, even though you lose all that weight, you still have to work on your brain, and you have to work on your mindset, and you have to recognize when you're overeating, and you got to recognize when you're falling into bad habits, because you've got to retrain your brain that. I was like, that is so interesting. So that's what his doctor told him today. But yeah, people ask all the time. I have not gotten my blood work done in about 2 years, so I need to go get mine done. But he had his blood work done, and he had his physical. Great. Doctor was like, you're good. You're good. No diabetes, no danger zones, no danger numbers, no nothing. She was like, I'm not even going to tell you what to do. You know what to do. You know, just start making the healthy habits if that's what makes you feel better. So that's what I'm going to end with, you guys. I know there were a bunch of questions. Okay, so if you want a link for ketones, send me a message and I'll send you the best ways to get started. Lisa, message me. I have links. What does the new Hawaiian one taste like? I don't know what that means. I don't know what Hawaiian one you're talking about. I love gnats too. Do you ever do the 24-hour fast? Yes. So I do 24-hour fast. I think they're easiest to go from lunch to lunch. So if you wake up Sunday, have lunch, start your fast when lunch is over around 12 or 1. Drink your ketones, drink a bunch of water, get through the night, wake up in the morning, drink your ketones like you would in the morning, and then just break your fast at lunchtime. That's what I feel like is the absolute easiest way for a 24-hour fast, because you're eating on both days, and you're feeling like you're in control. You're welcome, Beth. Hey, Peggy. Yes, Lisa, my lives are always available for replay. Answered that about drinking. So yeah, Claudia, you would subtract fiber from total carbs, and that's how you get net carbs. And then if there's sugar alcohols, you would subtract that. Do I drink diet drinks? In occasion. I shouldn't. When I was doing it all in 2019, I had 0. I do like 0 sugar, like Dr. Pepper and 0 sugar cherry Pepsi. But only reward yourself with that after you've hit your water goal for the day. It's a reward. I think that's all I got. Is there a better way to eat eggs? I do hard-boiled eggs. I do deviled eggs. Lots of deviled eggs. That's how we eat our eggs. Thank you, Brenda. Appreciate that. Bone on bone sucks, Becky. I understand. Okay. I think that's it, you guys. Send me messages. I am heading out to ball games, so I'm going to be kind of in and out. So if you don't hear from me, just be patient. I will get to you. Can you drink too many ketones? No. People just don't, because they're expensive. So not all ketone products are created equal. So don't go and try to chimp out. If you can't afford these right now, save money, make plans. I'm telling you guys, they're the best on the market. I've had 7 in one day. So they're just expensive. So people usually just stick to 2. 2's basic. 1 a day to 2 a day. I drink 2 a day pretty much every day. So don't try to overcomplicate it. Drinking 7 isn't going to give you any faster results. It just makes you feel a little bit better. Okay. So if you need information on ketones, just send me a message. Be like, Mel, send me the information on the ketones. I will get it to you. I gotta go. I appreciate you guys. I love you guys. And I'll talk to you later. Bye.